Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of the new dungeon. I guess we're still calling this the dungeon. A lot of you guys remember a while back I did a tour of my old setup, and it was in a storage room. Not a whole lot different from this, except that I was sharing that space with everything else in the storage room. But now, all of this is completely and totally dedicated to what I do on YouTube. It's not a super fancy setup. I definitely do not have a, luxurious, crazy YouTube set. I have what works, right? And this is basically what it is. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed and been watching and interacting with the channel. I can't tell you how much that I appreciate that and how much it means to me. So seriously, thank you so much. Quick tour. We're just going to kind of look around. I'm pretty excited about having my own space. I know that right off the bat, people are looking down there at the cords and going, oh my gosh, that is a nightmare. It's also unsafe. Right, yeah, it is. Actually, it's just temporary. We're going to be adding more electrical sockets in here. And also, whenever I leave, literally the entire room is run off of that outlet, and there's not a lot plugged. I mean, it looks like there's a lot plugged into it, but there's not really a lot of power going through there. So when I'm done, I turn everything off, and then I unplug it. Not in a flood zone or anything like that. So I'm not super worried about that, but that is all definitely going to change. And some other things about this setup is going to change over time, right? The floors, I'm really excited that, this is a really inexpensive way to do this, but I'm excited that this is not bare concrete with just some carpet on top of it. This is all padded. So if I drop something, it's much more likely that it's just going to land here. I mean, I don't drop things very often, but I get nervous handling some other people's really expensive stuff, and it's nice to know that it will most likely just land on a soft, padded floor. The problem is that this, when I'm sitting in it, doesn't want to move around very easily. So I need to buy one of those plastic things to roll around on. Anyways, that's not super interesting. Over here, it's really just extra storage. There's the sword. I've got a couple of random things. This really has not even been sorted yet. This is a lot of the stuff on this second to last shelf that's been sent to me for free, the stuff that I will eventually give away. So that's kind of where I go to grab stuff when I do the giveaways on the live streams. If you didn't know that, I do live streams almost every single weekend, and I usually give stuff away. So if that sounds good to you, yeah, definitely. I keep a lot of just extra. Like I have some, I don't know. I think this is all just kind of not sorted. Like there's some knives up there. There's some budget knives in here. And if you're wondering, you're like, oh, it'd be cool to see like a collection update. I actually did that recently. I have a full collection update video you can definitely check out. More random things, some sharpening equipment, the giant Opinel, this wizard dagger thing that I have kept just because it's funny. Boxes with knife boxes in them that have not been sorted yet. The old tripod, the first tripod that I ever had when I started the channel, or shortly after that, because in the beginning I was just holding the camera and, sitting in a truck. This tray I'll use sometimes for hardware or just things, I don't know, scales and stuff that I don't want rolling away. And then I've got a floodlight, which actually used to be, that used to be all of the lighting for the channel. It was just pointed up against the wall, and then I would have my stuff back here. If you go watch my old videos, that was the case. My KME's down there, the disassembly mat that came from, I think it's Lancelot Leather on Instagram. And then for now, the sword's sitting right there. I know it might be kind of neat to mount it or hang it on the wall right here. I don't know, maybe over time. I probably need a new office chair. This is pretty old, but it works, so I still have it. Trash can, that's not super interesting. This is the shelf where items that need to be reviewed are sitting. They are organized in a specific order so that I know, what stuff I need to get through. This is stuff that is done and ready to go back to the people who lent it to me, lent the knives to me. I keep my iPad and the printer down there. It's just where they sit. I have a TV right here that I use sometimes if I'm in between things. I want to watch TV, or if I'm watching my own content and seeing how it appears on TV, you know, in high definition, which actually this is a terrible TV for that because it's super old. But I at least have it up there. The camera mount, the arm mount is attached to the table, which is actually kind of sucks because, I mean, you've seen in my reviews the camera will like shake around because I'm bumping into this and I'm bumping the table. I need to build something that this attaches to that's separate from the table so that doesn't happen. All the size comparison knives, they sit right here. This generally sits under the table, but that's all of my special boys, all my core collection sitting inside the, and people always ask about the case. It's a Pelican 1450, I think, and then the foam, the pre-cut foam is actually from Nalpak, N-A-L-P-A-K. I think you can actually buy the case and the foam together on their website. Back here, I have, somebody gave me these. They're like Excalibur letter openers a while back, and I actually really like those. It's literally just a cheap decoration, but I don't know, I leave them there because I like them. Various USB ports for charging different things, right? I have a whole bunch of stuff hanging off here. This one I think charges the flashlight, and then there's another splitter for the phone and for the iPad. This is a terrible, I know people are saying this is a terrible way to sort the electron. I know, it'll change. It's just, I needed to get this in here and set up so that I could get going. I always have chapstick, have to, and keep my watches up here, my flashlights. There's other random things in there like the Knife Nuts podcast coin and a titanium driver, the 10-weight nano oil. That's what this is. Knife lubricant cleaner, stuff like that. I keep the REM oil and the EDCI. Up here I keep the brake-free CLP. My Leatherman. I have another bit set if I need two. I actually have three. The card, some other, I still have my buddy's knives over here, the remote for the TV. This up here is basically just stuff that I use for, like, I have envelopes for, you know, mailing stickers to people on Patreon, packing tape. I keep a lot of the channel stickers in there. And yeah, I do sell stickers. There's actually a sticker store. It'll be pinned in a comment. It's that first comment that I leave on every single video. Padlocks for the knife case, the you know, the digital angle square. I don't know why I have the Raider Bowie out here. I think I just haven't found a place for it. On the top of the file cabinets, keep the tools, the GD, what do you call these? Why am I having a brain fart? The calipers. I either can't find them or I can't remember what they're called. They're usually not right there. They're usually just somewhere, and I just can never find them. The scale, which actually has the original, that was the old logo for the channel. That was the original logo, and then we changed it. My buddy changed it. Tools, things like that. I almost always have a Monster. I cannot stand the ones with sugar, so the ones that I consume are the ones with no sugar, and this Ultra Fiesta, that is a really good one. I know nobody cares, but I know, and I also know that they're, even the sugar-free ones aren't good for you. I get that. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you're wondering about this mess, right? So there's a hole cut to keep it away from the light bulb. That light bulb doesn't really get all that hot, but I'll tell you guys, behind here, there's an umbrella and an LED bulb, another umbrella LED bulb, and then there's another bare LED bulb right here. And that's, you know, that's lighting this area right here. Let me move this Pelican case over here real quick. That's lighting, you know, from the front here, but from the lighting behind me, there's actually two, you can see them up there. There's an LED panel here, and there's another one over here. And those are covered up by a thin diffuser sheet, but that's not enough to keep that light from going crazy. So I have these draped down. And then cut so I can get underneath it. And you might be thinking, why don't you just pull these up and pin them? It doesn't disperse the light correctly. The idea here is to, you know, this is what you guys see, right? The idea here is to eliminate almost all of the shadows. So there's very minimal shadows under my hands. And I know people who are really good with like lighting and really good with cameras, they probably know way more about, in fact, they inevitably know way more about this than I do. But this is what I have figured out as far as what works for me on how to eliminate most of the shadows. And so that's, you know, how we end up with, and the camera's it's zoomed out today, so it's looking a little bit different, and it's not wanting to focus the same way that we normally do, you know, when I'm reviewing knives. But that's how I get the definition and the quality that I want on the channel. This video in particular is just a poor example of that. On the walls, cheat sheet. For like, you know, various different material, like weird materials that I am not like as familiar, you know, obviously steels and things like that I have a pretty good grasp on, but other types of weird exotic materials like mokutai and zircomascus and, or what, that's probably not even the right term, but that's my point, is that it's hard to remember all that stuff. And my buddy Scott actually gave me a very detailed cheat sheet that I keep right there on the wall, so that I've got that information. What else can I show you? I don't think there's really anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where I sit all the time, you know, and I work from home. So this is where I get everything done. It's pretty cozy, and the air in here, you know, even though it's closed off, the air actually, we have a mitigation system actually in this room. So the air quality in this room, despite it being, you know, kind of tucked away, and you'd think there wouldn't be very good airflow, it might not be healthy to work in an environment like this. Actually, the air quality in here is super clean, and I made sure of that because I was concerned about working, you know, in that storage room. I was like, this probably isn't good for me. So we took measures to make that a little bit better. I wish I had, you know, something else to show you guys, but that's legitimately it. This is a this is a table I got at Home Depot. This is flooring that I got at Home Depot. This is the fake stuff, the stuff that'll never scratch a blade, but is durable enough to review stuff on. And I'll use various things like, you know, the vinyl upholstery that looks like carbon fiber. That's also good, right? I think this arm mount for a camera costs $12 on eBay. The actual, it's like a phone mount right here. This was probably $15. Shelving and all that, which you don't really need, right, if you're looking to start your own channel. I use my phone. A lot of people ask me, what do you use to record? I use my phone. It's a Galaxy Note 20, and I like that because I can actually pull the SD card out of it and switch it with another one so that I always have the storage that I need. But you don't need a super expensive camera. You don't need super duper expensive equipment. You can if that's your jam, if you want to do that. And obviously, you know, the quality of your videos will go way up. But, you know, the cost of this and the umbrellas, which were actually donated to, I think those were like maybe $80 or something like that. The LED panels were something like $20 each, $15 each. It really isn't that expensive. And so, you know, I'll make changes and I'll upgrade things, you know, as it's necessary. But yeah, for anybody who's ever thought about doing this, this is really all I use. So I'm comfortable down here. It's nice. It's a little bit echoey because the ceilings are so high. I think they're 9 feet. Yeah, they look like 9 feet. But you know, I can't complain. I'm really happy to finally be in a room that is dedicated to my knife stuff and not having to share space with all the other stuff that we had in storage. So this is where the reviews will be coming from now on. This will be where I do the live streams, everything like that. I think that's pretty much it today. I hope you guys enjoyed this weird little tour of my YouTube knife dungeon studio. In any case, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right here and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.